Salutations and praise the table. Today we have another MOC review, and it's Glistener Sprite. Imagine, if you will, a Phyrexian invasion of Lorwyn. Now, Phyrexians are a faction from Magic the Gathering, and they just want to machinify everything, and it's super horrible and super awesome at the same time. And so, Lorwyn is the fairy tale plane of all these, dudes who usually get along, and the elves ruin everything, and then, like, they turn evil or something. But, anyway, since, Wizards of the Coast pretty much said we're not going back to Lorwyn, we already did 4 sets there, the entire plane is pretty much fair game for a fanon of this caliber. So imagine a completed fairy sprite sort of thing. So this one, this one has no particular identity. It's just one of many, and it's not really much of a personal story to go into here. It's just a roboticized fairy. And so that was kind of a cool concept. It's very Bionicle looking, well, fits in with Bionicle pretty well. So let's dive right into those plastic shins. Not much to see here, you know, since it's flying around all the time, it's a fairy. The feet have sort of been just left as pointy stumps, and you know, they're not really necessary. Also, they kind of look cooler this way, and so that's why it needs a stand. So yeah, nothing custom here. Just a painted Rock-She leg, and the new Star Wars armor, the new Star Wars Shin armor. A little more up here, you can see I've updated it quite a bit. Like, it has a sort of skirt thing here where it actually used to have 2 trans blue claws that were sticking up here. Went better with its color scheme, but I think I like this sort of, I think I like this better. And so the upper legs completely revamped the armor. Now it has a bit more stick-outy sort of armor. It's got this huge fin here, kind of goes with the wings that way, makes it look like there's 4, but they're on the legs, so I guess, I don't know, moving its legs around would help it to steer in the air or something. Instead of the Metru armor, which it had before on the thigh, it has this Mari armor, and I think that looks a little nicer. It goes better with the texture that's already there. People kept complaining about how the textures clashed, or maybe it was just one person, I can't remember. I get that a lot, so maybe I'm just texture blind. Anyway, the pelvis is composed of a protector foot, and I saw this design somewhere else, and I'm like, I told them that it looked kind of empty because they didn't have anything filling up the Lego sticks in there, and I figured I wanted to try it because it looked pretty cool anyway, but I just wanted to have my own take on it. Here's where the stand connects. It's sort of this mini bug thorax sort of thing, this droid torso. Nothing much to say about that. It can sort of pose like this a little bit, so if the sand needs to go up or down, I guess, whatever it needs. Let's go a little further up. Ooh, that's zooming in. Excuse me. So, the torso is a 2004 Matoran foot, and I kind of like it. Like, it's got this broken piece in here. I would have put another flat silver ball joint in there, like I have here. I only have 2 of these, and they're kind of expensive. They're also hard to find. So, I had this lying around. It was broken. sad face. Couldn't really use it on much, so I just put it in there to fill it up, and it looks pretty nice. What else do we got here? Move on to the back. So this it's freaking jet propulsion supersonic fairy. It'll blow your ears out if it flies next to you or something. Probably. So yeah, that's pretty cool looking. The connection is all sorts of weird. We'll get to those wings later. These arms are, they're the skull arms. They don't really make much sense where they are because, I don't know, just don't think of it as as bones, but just think of it as like a corroded sort of mechanical arm. The lower arm is a really short here factory limb here, and the wrist is just this shell. Oh, dropped something. Oh, the entire stand, yeah. That's fragile. This entire MOC is really fragile. So, thumb articulation, finger articulation, it's a lot better than it was before. But if you articulate them, you have to be really careful because something's probably gonna fall off. And it's all connected by this sort of, let's just take off the whole hand here. This hook thing. So that's a cool connection. Might need the stand. I just might. Let's save the best for last and just talk about the wings after the head. So this head is, I always kind of liked doing this with the Evoke, turning it on its side, because it kind of looks, it has the suggestion of a face there. It's really kind of cool. I mean, you could sort of imagine it like seeing out from under there or under there, and it just kind of looks really, really cool and savage. Yeah, that's the word. So that's kind of one of the only masks I like to turn on its side, because the rest of them just look like a blank sort of blankness. But this has some features on it, and it at least suggests a face. The other ones don't at all. The wings, the real meat of this MOC. I am super proud of these. They're shaped really nicely. They've got this nice weight to them. They're connected with this Vaki pelvis here. I wish I had that in gray to kind of go with the silver of the MOC. Maybe I should just paint it silver or something. I don't know. But this wing, it's really nice. These lift arms in here used to be black, but I replaced them with a trans blue. Some of them in trans blue. And they look, it just looks really cool. It looks like a really cool mechanical wing. But also, like, kind of like a jet booster, you know? It looks like it could go really fast. So, what else is there to talk about here? It's a really tiny MOC, like half the size of what I usually do. You know, like, ooh. Just, it's really kind of cool and cute, the little I would call it a table scrap, but I've worked on this for like a month now, so I don't think I could justify that. You know, the concept is kind of bare bones, but, you know, it always is with me. So I guess I'll just leave you with that. This has been Glistener Sprite. Goodbye.